All right, hi everyone. So this second video is the two-part series. Okay, so we're going to take a look at we found these info from the last video based on the equation. We factored, we crisscrossed some stuff out, and all of that. Okay, so now it's the actual graphing part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually zoom this in so that it gets a little bit bigger, so that way it's easier to graph, and so you guys at home can see. Okay, so I'm gonna first things first. I'm gonna put my two asymptotes down. I have you can either do a dotted or a squiggly line over here at -2. Now it's hard to do on my tablet, but that's okay. And then a squiggly line up here at y equals 1. So I just graphed these two bits. Okay. Now let's plot these points first before I get to the whole. Okay. So I have a y-intercept at 0 and 2.5. So that's 0 is here, 2.5. So right about here. Okay. And now my x-intercept is at -5, 0. So -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now that doesn't tell the whole picture. I got to make sure that I have a couple dots. I don't need 5 or 6 dots on each side, but I want to make sure my left side I know what I'm looking at, and my right side I know what I'm looking at. So let's just do this. Let's pick a number that is on the left side of this squiggly line. So if this squiggly line's at -2, let's pick -3, and we're going to plug it into each of those x's. So -3 plus 5 over -3 plus 2. So the top comes out to be 2. The bottom comes out to be -1. My answer is -1. So at -3, I'm down here at -1. Now, if we think about this, I connect my dots. It's going to approach that asymptote, go through my dots, and approach it, but never ever touch it. So I have the vague shape of my graph now, but I got to have both sides. I have the left side done. Now let's do the right. So I picked this one is already at 0. Let's use -1, and we're going to plug it into each of those x's again. So -1 plus 5, -1 plus 2. 4 over 1. I mean, sorry, yeah, 4 over 1. And so my answer is when at -1, I'm up at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I connect my dots, I get really close to my asymptote. I go through my dot, and get really close to the asymptote. Now, everything is done except I do have a hole in my picture. The hole is at 2. So all that means is over here at +2. So 1, 2. My pink will have an open empty circle there because it does not exist at that spot. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at the second example now. I'm going to kind of go do that quickly because I'm running out of time on this video. Okay? So first step, let's talk about factoring. It does not have anything to factor because there is no x squareds. So it's a nice simple one. So domain is what x cannot be, and it can't be 1. So my vertical asymptote is about what makes the bottom 1, so x equals 1. It has the same degree, so I divide the leading coefficients, and in which case it's 1 in front, so y equals 1. My x-intercept, I plug 0 in for y, and I'm going to solve. Now, when I multiply by x minus 1, it goes away here. And then 0 times x minus 1 will be 0. So 0 equals x plus 3. And I'm subtracting the 3 over. I get x equals -3. So my x-intercept, let me just get rid of this. My x-intercept, now I'm just clicking for no reason. Okay, my x-intercept is over here at -3 comma 0. For y-intercepts, we're going to plug 0 right into y and see what we get. 0 plus 3, 0 minus 1, so I get -3. So my y-intercept is 0, -3. And now it's time to plot all this info. My vertical asymptote is over here at x equals 1. So I draw the squiggly line because it's like a boundary line. My horizontal is over here at +1. So I have a there. Okay. And now let's plot our dots. So 0, -3, 1, 2, 3. And -3, 0. Now, 1, 2, 3. Now, both of those dots happen to be on the left side. I can connect them, and my left side is done, right? So there's the vague shape of my graph. But I don't know whether my graph's going to be up here for that kind of J shape or down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a couple problem numbers and plug them in. So I'm going to test 2. 2 plus 3, 2 minus 1, so that's 5 over 1. So I know it's up here at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to plug 3 in. 3 plus 3, 3 minus 1, so 6 over 2, which comes out to be 3. Connect them, and there I go. Okay. Now, since I didn't cross anything out, there's no holes. So take a look. Thanks for watching, guys.